Yeah, very big welcome to you, my dear Virgo. So, you are getting today the winter solstice, and that means that today is the longest night, and so the sun has moved into Capricorn, and Capricorn, of course, is that darkness, right? The darkness that lures us in to do things that maybe are not so good. And the sun is giving the light to the moon, which is in your sign, and so the 9 and here the 15 creates a 24. In the 20 we have the Last Judgment, which was the title for the last reading. Pluto in Aquarius said the past is dead. 24 creates a 6, so the 6 stays, and the 9 is always what gives itself up. That's so beautiful about you. You give yourself up so others can be. And here the 15 can turn into a 6 to 6, and the 9 is again a 15. So the 15, the attachment to the success, the attachment to certain things that we think we need. So today is the longest night and the winter solstice. So become aware, right, that this is a very specific moment, and today the sun moved into Capricorn. So you're the first zodiac sign that is getting this beautiful energy of look deep within, right? Where am I attached to what? The sun again brings you through Capricorn, right? Whatever the sun stations in brings you through Capricorn, these types of attachments. And the moon, which is in your sign, is making you look deeper within into where are my feelings coming from out of this subconscious ocean. Intense feelings sometimes can just all of a sudden come up right in this month, because it's that time of the year where we can do things that we usually don't do. So we have Saturn ruling Capricorn, that's the world. And the world in Salvador Dali looks like this, right? He looks like kind of in prison, and the three graces are here to let the devil know, well, we can overcome this. You are ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is, of course, the logical aspect, and in the tarot, that is, of course, the magician. And the magician is, of course, always that side in us that wants to manifest, right? What do we want? And so we see here a beautiful combination, right? Two earth signs coming together. They get along, and there's not much friction going on. In the basis, they're very similar. And so here a beautiful energy appears. The yoga position for Capricorn, for the devil, is Nataraj Asana, the dancer's pose. We dance ourselves up and liberate ourselves. And for you, it's the mountain pose. Again, you know very clearly you have your foundation in the earth, in the aspect of like, here I am at home with myself. Luca Pacioli. And here you see the attachment, right? This rose is being cut off, and a beautiful right snake is pointing at the third eye, where the liberation is. The five senses, right? Through the 15, the five senses, and then the sixth sense, which is the inner eye, the third eye, the one eye that sees the liberation deep within. So this is happening today. You are the Caballero de Oros here in Salvador Dali's tarot. It's very beautiful. You have a white horse, one leg up. Usually you stand very fixed. And is your birthday between August 13 and September 11, then this is your court card. Just remember to understand that you go to the left, and to the left is that introverted path where we think it's negative, but it's more actually bringing you down into the dark, into the fertile ground. And when we have arrived there, we can go out and bring that into the world. You are, as a Virgo, the alchemist. You change and transform things. And then we have the 6th house, or the 6th zodiac sign of work and routine. You love that. So this is you, right? And of course, back to the last reading again, where we had Pluto in Aquarius. Sad story, right? Because on the 19th of November, Pluto went into Aquarius for 20 years. The past is dead. And so there was a sacrifice, there was the swollenness, there was the Wheel of Fortune twice. And I'm just looking if there's anything coming back. You had the gossip, right? No, there's nothing. Ah, yes, there is one. There it is. Always just comes. Hangman, no. So I think that's it. You got one card coming back. Interesting. Always funny how I in the last moment see it. Okay, we begin with the Caballero de Oros. The Knight of Pentacles is getting the Chariot, which is Cancer. The soul of Cancer. There's a soul connection to a Cancer or to the healing. And you see here it's very interesting how this is being transformed by Dali, right? Dali is here the magician itself, right? He was like, okay, I am the magician. And so here we see the Chariot. Very interesting, right? It's like each artist has a different way of expressing the number 7. The 5 and the 2 in the Roman numbers, right? So there is the 2, the High Priestess, and the 5, the Hierophant. So these are a couple. The emotional success is up here on the 7th chakra. So the 6 and the 7 is actually the 13. And the 13 is the transformation. You're going through a transformation. You're going through a healing. Because that's Scorpio, and that's letting go of the old, and then the 4 is left. The 4 is letting you know you are arriving in the 4 elements. What is Cancer saying? Cancer is bringing you the Tower. And the Tower is really bringing you the 16. The 16 is allow not to be disturbed by energies that maybe want to disturb you, so that you can wake up, because we have the 7 and the 16 calculated together as a 7 as well. So the 10, Jupiter, and the 6, the self-love, right? Expand into self-love, and that's where Cancer helps you. The 7-7 portal is appearing, and so I leave the 7-7 portal and you up here with the 6. What is the Tower bringing? It's bringing you the Horse. Look how beautiful. So after all that chaos, you find yourself in the most enlightened perspective, which is the 3rd eye. And that's exactly what Capricorn is bringing you. The 3rd eye is important. The 3rd eye is the gateway to the 7, to letting go. Things gotta go. Sometimes the old is still holding on so tightly to things that just don't want to be here anymore. The young generation wants to live too. We honor the elders, the guides, the ancestors, but we don't build towers to worship them. We need to let go. So the Horse is coming. Run away from all that is restricting you. Let go. Beautiful. Okay. So this is where the healing comes. The healing comes by here letting go. Now this is the 14th animal, right? So there is a 5 and the 7 is the 12, the Hangman. Hangman says let go. Return everything back to Mother Earth. The 12 turns into a 3. The 3 is always the Empress, and the Empress creates. The 7 and the 3 is a 10. The 10, and with you, the 6, right? We get the 16 again. So things got to really go for you, that you can be in the emotional intelligence and shine a light upon the people. What is the Mother Peace Tarot saying? It's bringing you the Sun of Cups, which is Pisces reverse. So something in this healing is tough for you, but it's kind of like the Hanged Man, right? That came through the 16 and the horse, right? The Hanged Man, that is actually happening here with the Tower and the horse, the 12, right? So the 12 here. And the 3 again, the 3 and the 7, the 10. A new cycle, because Capricorn's court card is the 10th zodiac sign. The 10 is success. So the 10, and again you, the 6. The Tower is coming in a sneaky way, right? But in a very clear way, but also twice now in a sneaky way. You gotta look deep. You gotta go deep. What is Pisces saying? Projections, Venus in Scorpio, illusion, the world of illusion. And we project the 7, right? Sometimes things that maybe not so great. So there is 3 times the 7 with the Tower. And you understand, right? The 7, and here from the 12, the 3, again a 10 appears. Be successful in overcoming all these projections that we put out there in the world, and it's not working. It's not. So the 7, 7, 7, 3 times the 7, empower yourself through the emotional intelligence, and understand that here you want to play the flute, you want to be in your peaceful space, and that space only you can create. And since it's reversed, it's kind of like, again, the Hanged Man. It's kind of like, again, this like, oh, you're falling off a tower and you think you're falling, and it's speedy because the horse is speedy and you like it, but then all of a sudden you realize, well, I'm going to hit the ground at one point. But in that hitting the ground, you're going to dissolve all these illusions. Because this is Venus in Scorpio, so it's a constellation, right? So the Venus aspect that comes here through the 3 of the 12, we understand that Venus is beauty and love and all these things, but behind there is so much more, right? Behind all of this is really the soul. And so wake up, wake up, wake up. Good, the Magician. The Magician is bringing you the smoky mirror, and the smoky mirror is the number 47. 47 is the 11 and the 1, 3 times the 1. Immediately empower yourself by knowing the one and only thought, action, feeling, and material thing. And the smoky mirror is sometimes that moment where we don't see yet what this is all about. But sometimes when we look past the veil, that smokiness, then we awaken, because I can also calculate them together. I get the 48, that's the 12. And the 12 is again the Hanged Man. The letting go, the reversal, let go, reversal, hang yourself upside down. And the 3 appears, again Venus is talking. What is coming from your deck? The 2 of Cups, Venus in Cancer. So you had Venus in Scorpio and Venus in Cancer. Both are water signs, both are delusional in the way you think, well, this is the love of my life and I am attached, but there's a smoky mirror in between it, and sometimes you gotta see that there is a lot of projection happening when 2 people are not working on themselves. And so this love story, you see the eye on the belly, and you see how Eros is leaving, and we see the wings, and we see the 2 cups. So here with the 47 and the 2, we get the 49, and the 49 again is the 13. There's a transformation, there's a letting go of a love story that was in a delusion, that was in a really strange place. 7 cups and 2 cups are 9 cups. And the 11. The 9/11 has a date, if that works for you. Or the 11/9, right? You can change the date. So observe, watch. But you have 9 cups, and 9 cups is letting you know you gotta let go. It's the completion, the ending. What is the Mother Peace Tarot bringing? It's bringing you the World to the left, down. And so the World to the left is like we are in this symbiotic moment. The World is the square here in Salvador Dali. It's Saturn. Saturn is ruling Capricorn, and Capricorn is stuck in the squareness. So here we see the round card, and I love them because I cannot control them, how they come up. So it's very precise the way they show up to the smoky mirror. And so the 21 turns again into a 3. The 3 and the 47 is the 50. The 50 and the 2 is the 52. The 7, the emotional intelligence that here Cancer is bringing you. And the crown chakra, knowing that here is the gate, the portal to reach into trance, into other dimensions, if you feel like it. And here is the peyote plant inside. She's dancing and she's enjoying, and so observe that. What is the world saying? The world is bringing you the Empress, and that's exactly what I said, right? So you are awakening out, you under the hood, coming out. So there's a 3/3 portal. Look at this, how beautiful. And so here the 47 and the 2 is the 49, the 13, the 4. The 4 and the 1 is then, of course, the 5. The 5 and here the 33. So the 33 again, you become a master in what you're doing. You're becoming loving and caring, and it's important that you understand that this Empress is very powerful. She creates, she does amazing things. And that's why men are afraid of the women. That's why Eros is running away from her. She's lying here and she sees exactly what he's doing. She knows everything, and that's why men don't like women so much. They always feel like, oh my God, she's so much more powerful than me, and I pretend to be this powerful person. Meanwhile, she's so connected to all. She gives birth to all. The 33, right? The mastery that you're reaching here. Just watch that. What is the Empress bringing? She's bringing you the Magician. So a cycle is closing here. Look at this. This is so cool. So I'm just going to hold here these. Hold on. I'm just going to hold this here because this came here. These 3, right? And here I'm going to hold this. So you see that through this smoky mirror, we realize something, right? So the Magician, the smoky mirror, the 2 of Cups, the World, the Empress, and then the Magician again. To be a real magician, you need to transform through difficult times. Also this, the World, sometimes, like I said, it's not easy. And here we have, of course, the Empress and the Magician again here. Mercury is talking to you. Observe and watch, right? Don't get attached to anything, nothing. You need to cut through all the foggy, the smoky, the whatever there is. You need to awaken. The world attaches you to its pleasures. But here you have the 33 and you have the 11. And then here the 47 and the 2 is the 49, the 13, the 4. The 4 is left, right? We have an 11 and a 33 and the 4. Become stable in this message. Become stable in what is wanting to talk to you, and awaken. Awaken to your true power over this world. You're the Magician, you're the Empress, and the world, even though it's pointing down, right? You can see she's like, Woo, she's like enjoying it, right? And so that's the ride. Then comes you as a soul, and you get the Six of Pentacles, which is Moon in Taurus. And that's balancing out the financial situation, understanding that money comes and goes, giving and taking. The 9 and the 6 is the 15. Don't get attached. Understands that everything has its moment. You are awakening to not being cut off or being attached to anything that maybe brings out the demons in you. And the 6 is left. Self-love. What is coming from Capricorn? The Last Judgment. Look at that. So the Last Judgment, back then Pluto brought you the past is dead. And this time we have Ur. Ur, look at that. This is so cool. So I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to hold these and I'm going to read it to you. Wild ox, untamable, fleshed from black gold, giant glistening glossy aurochs roam verdant valleys, mountains, and moors. Savage, wild, majestic, horned beast, snort, unattainable, untamable, unconfined by man, the ranger of freedom, the grazer of thoughts, the resilient power to be its own keeper and keep roaming. Wow. So this is the Ur. The Ur is the first energy. So we have the 20 and the 2. That's the 22. Right? The 2 is here. Down here. So become the Fool. Become Uranus. Become in the way the calling comes to you, someone that is completely starting fresh. The 22 and the 6, that's the 28, and that's the 10 left. You become strong in the way you're using your intuition. You become clear in the way you begin a new journey out to your full moon, because we're going to the right. And so you are invited now to become empowered. Also in the money, in the equilibrium. See that. Be that. Know that. That's the portal that you're going through. What is coming from the Mother Peace Tarot? The 10 of Swords. Reversed though, and through that it's finished. It's finished being chased by others, fleeing, running away. You arrive. The 10 and the 6 is the 16. The 20 and the 6 is the 26. The 8, the strength you get here to withdraw from all the drama. Amazing. The 16 is then the 7, the emotional intelligence. Again, let go when things want to go. You gotta let go because this is going. And so here you have the 9 and the 10. That's the 19. That's the sun. The sun in Capricorn is telling you, yes, it's finished. And so here the 6 and the 2, the 8, it's finished. And in that 8, you see so clearly the strength that you're gaining through all of this. The 10 and the 8 is the 18. That's the moon. The moon, when it comes to you, it's almost like talking to you, to your subconscious, because it's your opposite sign. That's where you want to go. Learn to listen to that, because this is so powerful. Look at you. You're getting the Last Judgment, and back then it was the past is dead. It's done. It's finished, right? You can move on. This is finished. This time is done. Running away, you're not running away anymore. And I'm just going to see what it's saying, right? The 10 of Swords. It's like, it's always that, oh, I mean, it's the dark night of the soul. It's done. You don't need to run away anymore. And reverse, it's saying right? I'm keeping it upright for you so you see it. Reverse, she moves on from what may have been a difficult struggle. She has pushed past her limits and has come through a sacrifice or loss. And in that loss, you awaken. This is empowerment. This is realizing you taking the power back. You are not being ruled by no one, then by yourself. This is you, your soul, the money, the equilibrium, your new aeon, your new zeitgeist. You define that, and that's it, right? The 9 and the 10, the 19, the 10 is left, the 10 and the 20 is the 30 and the 6 is the 36, the 9. You are left through this transformation. You are left, right? And the 9 plus the 2 is the 11. The 11, the portal. In that portal, you recognize always that the one and only is deep within you. That's who you are, the magician, right? It doesn't matter how they paint it. This is Salvador Dali, and here he is, this medieval personality. But remember, right, that's why these cards are so cool. They're all bringing you amazing information. Just by looking at the pictures, you download the information, and in that download, you are awakening to a new possibility. And remember, you had the 7, right? So we had it like this, then like this, and then like this. So in the healing, you got to let go of projections to the opposite personality. You find only deep within the true love that is always waiting for us. Now here, Pisces is reversed, but you're letting go of something that just doesn't work anymore, and that's why it's reversed, right? Remember, also, you had the 33, so powerful, right? The Empress and the world. The Empress rules the world. Venus is the morning and the evening star, and so shine like a star, become the star, and that star, that is who you are. Wow. Right, you see the light is going down. The days are getting shorter, but now we're gonna have like a few days where the time is standing still, kind of, right? And then we will go to the light side again, and that's where the winter solstice is so powerful, is that we then again go towards the light. But the true light is always deep within you. The true light is guiding you no matter where you're going, and that you see in your third eye. Good. I hope I see you in the next reading. Until then, I thank you so much for being with me. Namaste.